Hi and welcome to Shorts in Psychology. In this video, I will cover some important aspects for preparing for the SACE Psychology exam, including its format, some tips for in the exam room, and some suggestions on how to get started with your revision. The SACE Psychology exam is 2 hours in duration plus 10 minutes. The exam is composed of 2 sections, the short answer section, which is worth 70 marks, and the extended response section, which is worth 30 marks and contains 2 questions. Each of the extended response questions is worth 15 marks. Questions in the short answer section will be worth a range of marks from generally 2 to 6 marks, although you could even potentially get an 8-mark question, but these are rare. As the exam is an electronic exam, you need to ensure you bring your laptop fully charged and with the SACE exam browser installed. You will also need a set of plug-in headphones in the event that there is a question containing multimedia material. It is a SACE requirement that the headphones be plug-in ones, not wireless, and if you don't own a set, the school will have spare sets for you to use. When answering questions, it is critical to read the questions carefully, more than once, and you can use the highlighter tool to highlight the key words. Also note what lead-in verb has been used, as this influences how you answer the question. For more on different lead-in verbs and how to answer each type of question, watch my How to Answer Exam Questions video linked in the comments below. Plan your answer by looking at the lead-in verb used and the number of marks allocated as a guide of how much to write. It's also really important to stick to the point of the question and don't fall into the trap of rewriting the question or relisting information stated in the scenario, as this can give the impression of a lengthy and detailed answer that doesn't actually contain much, if any, new information. Furthermore, over-answering questions is dangerous. It wastes time and you won't receive extra marks. If anything, you may lose marks if you contradict yourself. Don't panic if your mind appears to go blank. Once you start answering questions, your memory will start to work again. Look at the key words in the question, as this will help. But if you are really stuck on a question, don't spend ages on it getting flustered. Leave it, flag it, and go back to it later. When you have finished completing the exam, carefully reread the questions and your answers. Have you interpreted the questions correctly? Have you answered the questions in enough detail required for the mark allocation? Have you used psychological terms correctly? Is your answer in the context of the scenario where required? Even if the answers to all of these questions is yes, still don't submit the exam straight away. Once it is submitted, you can't make any changes. You may as well leave it in front of you just in case you think of any last-minute additions. Your exam will be automatically submitted when the time expires anyway. What seems overwhelming at first is manageable if you look at it calmly and decide early how to tackle it. Divide your subject study and revision into small portions rather than looking at it as one huge lump. Write a summary for each section and choose a range of revision strategies to try and keep your revision sessions a little more dynamic and interesting. The first step is to identify your areas of improvement. One way to do this is to go back over your past assessment tasks and my comments on sector to see what you had difficulty with. It is important to concentrate on what you don't know, and these sections of work must be studied first so that you have plenty of time to absorb, understand, and commit the information to memory. For each topic, you could split your notes into sections you don't enjoy and can't understand, sections you sort of understand, materials you find easy or that you enjoy. Spend most of your time revising the first section, those you don't enjoy or understand, finishing with the sections you enjoy and find easy. As well as ensuring you have concentrated on improving in your weakest areas, this will ensure you finish on a positive and confident note on your strengths. Let's now briefly look at a few different revision strategies that you might like to use. Flowcharts are a great visual summary of topics, and condensing content into a simple flowchart in itself is a great exercise. You can then display these somewhere where you can look over them frequently. Write key points on coloured card or sticky notes, Organise these into subcategories under each curriculum dot point and use them to test yourself or have others test you. Mind maps have many advantages, including allowing you to condense a lot of information on one page in a visual format. They are a great note replacement and good for connecting ideas both within and between topics. Some people just love to talk. In fact, they need to talk in order to get information and ideas clear in their mind. So talk it through. Set out the summary in dot points and say main dot points aloud to a friend or family member. Talking aloud also helps lock them into your memory. Often the biggest challenge isn't remembering the content, but knowing how to summarize it and express your ideas. Rewrite the answers to any practice tests you have done. This can be an excellent way of reviewing content and ensuring you can express it well using correct psychological terms. You could also write your own comprehensive notes and make a large poster. Stick your posters on your walls around the house. As a student, I found taping revision posters to the outside of the glass of the shower cubicle to be an excellent strategy. The subject assessment advice, previously called the Chief Assessor's Report, is released in January each year. These always contain excellent feedback on the previous SACE exam, both generally as well as question by question, with excellent examples of what students did well or did poorly. Completing a past exam in a time limit, marking it, and then reading these, comparing the comments to your own answers and mistakes, is an invaluable revision exercise. It also provides you with excellent insight into how to approach the exam as well as how it is marked. The key concepts tell you exactly what you are expected to know and can serve as a topic-by-topic checklist of what you do and don't know. You can also use the success criteria for this. You can find the key concepts in the curriculum statement on the SACE website, in your SASTA study guide, as well as at the top of each note set in your spiral-bound book. Lastly, prepare an exam revision book with the key aspects of each topic. Write out perfect answers to these recurring questions and make sure you know a definition of each concept, an example, and be able to apply it to a real-life situation. 99% of the battle is getting yourself into the right state of mind, so remember to think positively. If you are finding it difficult to master your inner critic, check out my video on how to do this, linked in the comments below. The exam is a chance to show everything you have learned and is your chance to achieve. You are all working so hard and are capable of doing very well. You will be prepared. Good luck.